The first thing I notice when I have formatting marks showing is that I need to put a space between the author's initials. Also notice I inserted a comma before the ampersand. This comma is italicized, and it shouldn't be. And this dash should appear as an end dash, which is a little bit longer than a hyphen. Now I'm going to check out this reference to make sure that all of the details are correct. The document object identifier should point me directly to this resource on the web. So I've copied and pasted it into a web browser, and I get back a couple of results that don't look right. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and try another method. I'm going to copy and paste the reference all the way up to the DOI, and I'm going to paste it into a site called crossref.org in their guest query area. This will hopefully point me to the correct DOI. Click search and scroll down for the results. Yep, that's the article I want. So now I'm going to copy that DOI. I'm going to go back to my Word document, and I'm going to paste it in a little bit differently. I'm going to paste it in using Control-Alt-V, which gives me the option of pasting it as unformatted text. Last thing I need to do is check the journal's pagination. This is so I can figure out whether I need the issue number in my APA citation. So I'm going to go quickly to the Auraria Library website, and in the Journals tab I'm going to paste that title of the journal. Oops, I hit another key. Let's get all that to go away. There we go. Alright, so I've pasted in my journal title, and I hit search, and I find the correct link, and I look at it online. I got lots of choices. I just chose the first one. The purpose of this is to check a journal issue that is not number 1 to see if it starts over on page 1. This one does not, therefore I can omit or delete the issue number from the citation. That's it for the first citation. Now let's look at how it would appear in text or in parentheses. First time in text, give both authors' names separated by the written out word "and," followed by the date in parentheses. With only 2 authors, this does not change for subsequent references. Parenthetically, it's basically the same, except for now you're going to separate them by an ampersand. And then comma, the year, end parentheses. If you're doing a direct quote, then what you want to do is add after the year a comma, space, p dot, space, and then the page number. And then end with parentheses and any punctuation. Time for number 2. Kind of scan the reference, and I see several things that are wrong. But I'm going to go ahead this time and start by looking up the journal, just to show you another way to get what you want. So I went back to my browser and back to the library website, to the front of the library website, and again I'm going to paste and search for the journal title. Going into the journal and clicking on the available online link. Okay. I want to look for a specific issue, volume, and page number. So now I'm going to click on the correct year and the volume, and I'm going to scroll until I find the article title, What Not to Wear. There it is. Alright, let's check out the author. And there's a DOI. That's convenient, so I'll go ahead and copy it. I did notice the page number was different. Just a little typo, so we fixed that. And now I'm going to put in the DOI as I found it. It could end up being the right one from before, but if I know for sure I've gotten it from the right place, I might as well just go ahead and put it in. And I did a Control-Alt-V again to paste in the unformatted text. Journal names need to be in title case, so I'm changing those. And the article title should be in sentence case. And I took out the November because you only include that if it's like a magazine or a periodical that's published monthly. Okay, changing the cases. Notice I did not change the case right after the column. Right after the colon. That should be uppercase. Quickly check the pagination, and since this is not an issue 1 and it starts on a page beyond page 1, we do not need the issue number. Now, for the in-text citations, it's pretty straightforward. And for parenthetical, same game. Make sure that if you are using this more than once in the same paragraph, you do not need to put the year in the second or subsequent in that paragraph citations. On this one I used a page range just to make sure you realized it takes a double P followed by a period space and then the page numbers separated by an N dash. Alright, the third reference. So lots of formatting hinky things, but since it came with this link to a DOI, I'm going to go ahead and follow it and see what happens. And sure enough, it shows up with the correct article. I'm going to take a quick look at the title and the authors and make sure that everything is copacetic. I see the authors are actually in the wrong order. Looks like somebody inappropriately alphabetized the author's last names. Don't do that inside of a citation because the first author does have meaning in publications. Usually it's the person who did the more work. Alright, let's see, what else? I'm going to just grab this DOI, even though it took me to it. It'll make it easier to just quickly paste it in with no formatting than to use the existing one. So it's a Control-Alt-V and unformatted text. So it's still the same DOI. It was just a faster way, more efficient way for me to make sure I got the true DOI with the right formatting. Alright, let's see. Anything else? I'm going to check the the journal and see how it's paginated. So I'm going to look around for a link to a non-issue 1. Here's an issue 4, and I see the page numbers are high. So that means I don't need an issue number, so I leave that out. There's a little comma that was italicized, so I fixed that real fast. And yes, after a colon you have to capitalize for the subtitle. For the in-text citations, there are 3 authors. The first time you use it in the paper, list all 3, separated by commas and an and. After that, though, change it to et al., first author, et-al, period. In parentheses, same game, first time use all 3 authors. Notice it's now an ampersand. And then following that, you can switch it to et al. Notice now it's et-al dot comma. Alright, moving on quickly now to the fourth one. I just copied and pasted the citation, and I'm going to go look it up using, oh, there's the copy. I'm going to go look it up using the DOI crossref.org guest query. And in one of the search functions, you can just paste in an entire reference and see if it kicks out anything. And it did. It kicked out the article that I wanted. Double check the author and the article title, and then go ahead and snag the DOI. So copy. Alternately, you can always click on that link just to make sure that it takes you where you think it's supposed to take you. Never hurts. And so now I'm going to get rid of the reference was originally formatted using a URL, and so I know I'm going to replace that with a DOI. In order of priority, if there's a DOI, use it before you use any sort of a URL. Okay, so I changed the end dash, and now I'm going to kill off this incorrectly formatted URL and just simple paste in the DOI that I pulled from the article itself. Okay. I think we just checked this, but again, it doesn't hurt to be on the safe side. Let's look at a non-volume or non-issue 1 to see where it starts, and yes, the page numbers are high. So I don't need the issue number. And let's just fix the ticky-tacky little formatting stuff, and we're ready to do the in-text citations. This one's just like I think it was 2 ago, where it's pretty straightforward: author, last name, and year. And it doesn't change unless you are using it within the same paragraph, and then you can omit the year.